Can you just confirm, Commissioner, Meyatin is also outside of Ekurhulene's jurisdiction?
That's correct, Commissioner.
My understanding is that in Midvaal, is it?
Correct, Commissioner.
And then your reference to R29, is it 29 or 59?
It's what I wrote there, it's R29 is as Mr. Makagula said it to me and I write it down. I don't know the exact address at all, but it is definitely in Meyerton and R29 was mentioned. I know the R59 goes through them on the side, but I don't know if it's the correct address or not.
But my issue remains that apart from the criminal activity, if you have EMPD police officers using EMPD vehicles, driving outside of the jurisdiction of EMPD, apart from criminal issues, I mean, isn't that misconduct that should result in them being subjected to discipline?
Correct, Commissioner.
And you being the deputy police chief at the time, one of the deputies, why did you not raise that issue internally to say, I know IPID has its own processes, NPA has its own processes, but if we allow EMPD officers to drive outside of jurisdiction and do things there which they should not be doing, that's a serious labor issue.
Commissioner, it was mentioned.
Can I just add also to what Commissioner Khumalo is raising, that the involvement of a civilian in an EMPD operation where they are even outside jurisdiction sounds to me would also be a disciplinary issue. And so when you answer, Commissioner Khumalo, taking to deal with this as well.
Commissioner, when we received this information on the 6th of March and we were discussing it, we also had, when we came back, we had a discussion where we had a meeting internally with Kolani and Nisa from HR to say that these are all the cases which is being mentioned. But for these matters, it was mentioned to us by Makagula, but we don't have evidence of that. We have video clips which doesn't really relate to it. So we don't have proper matters that we can put into a disciplinary matter. But when we discussed it, because Makagula and IPID stated to us the day before that they are imminent, they're going to be arrested, and then these matters will come to the front. Internally, it was decided by HR that they only want to proceed with the one matter. And that one matter was the serious, the blue lights, where we have all the evidence already that we can proceed with a disciplinary matter. So from our side, we did give it to HR to say, but yes, serious matters. But the decision was made that we will deal with the one matter, which is very serious, and we have all the evidence. The others are proper hearsay. We cannot really deal with that at that stage in time.
Commissioner, my concern is that there are this many issues. You've only highlighted a few, but if internally EMPD does nothing about this, it promotes the culture that police officers, I mean, you've got a similar Hillbrow case where apart from whatever was stolen, EMPD officers went to Hillbrow police station, completed forms that should be completed by subs, then proceeded to the residence of somebody and robbed that person of precious stones. But again, no HR-related consequences. It's almost like EMPD and Ekurhuleni leave those issues to IPID, and they do nothing about it. And this promotes a culture within EMPD of impunity.
Commissioner, it's very true what you say, but the atmosphere and the environment where we operated, Brigadier Mkhwanazi and his unit, the VIP protection side, the specialized services, and all of those officers were very seriously protected by the city manager, by the head of legal, by the head of HR. There's even a nickname that we used to use for the city. It's not the city of Ekurhuleni, it's Kemashli, which is the abbreviation for Kemi Bihari, Imogen Mashazi, and Linda Kasheka. They protected Brigadier Mkhwanazi to the extent that I cannot explain to you the victimization even I experienced, where I was completely pushed out in the structure itself, I was appointed as a Section 56 employee with a fixed term, fixed performance contract. However, in 2024, Council adopted a new structure which changed the whole structure of the Metro Police, that they report now to a civilian. They don't report as per SAPS Act anymore to the city manager and accountable to her. My position where I was appointed in, the Deputy Chief Auxiliary and Support Services, was completely removed of the structure. When I queried it with the HR people as to why would there not be a support and an auxiliary, how do you get rid of me? I'm still in the post. The words to that was directed at me was, you will sit here and read newspapers for the next 3 years till your contract ends. So there's and I touched later on it, there was even meetings held where the city manager absolutely unprofessionally pushed us aside and actually tries to forcibly interfere into our matters. They were properly protected. Doesn't matter what I say or do. I will touch on it. There will come to a point where it deals with vetting, it deals with criminal records, where the manner how it was being dealt with. So there's a situation of fear in the Metro Police against this small group of officers that has completely taken over the city, but with the protection of the city manager, the head of HR, the head of legal, who's protecting them. There's even false reports being generated and created where they try to push us and get us out of the system and to push us aside.
Thank you, Commissioner Khumalo.